Hey dears, so in today's video I'm going to be telling you about the 9 things that I do not buy anymore in Lolita or do not want to wear. Before we jump into this video, I would like to ask you to smash that like button and subscribe. So the first item that I will not wear anymore in Lolita is fake eyelashes. Not sure about you guys, but I cannot do the fake eyelash thing anymore. I feel like, first of all, the only time I ever did fake eyelashes was when I'd go to a big event, like I was going to a convention, or I was gonna meet the Kauai ambassador, or if I was modeling for a fashion show. Then I would go ahead and I would go that little extra mile and I would put on some fake eyelashes. I think the first pair I ever bought were from Daiso, and I thought they were really cool and they were really cute, so I thought I would try them on. I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I thought that my experience from when I was doing fake eyelashes for Halloween all the years prior, especially in my teen years, as if it would turn out any different. It seems like the stuff that they use in order to stick fake eyelashes on has not improved. Now Daiso was a little bit better with the quality in terms of the base of the eyelashes were already kind of sticky, but they came with eyelash glue just like all the rest of them. But I know that the cheaper ones I used to get from the Halloween stores and things like that, or from the Halloween season, they wouldn't have anything that was really super sticky on them. It was just a little bit, and then they would have that eyelash glue. And I know they say you gotta shake it around, wait till it gets tacky. Without a doubt, every time I've done fake eyelashes, I'll get one on perfectly. It sticks on without a problem at all. And then the other one refuses to stick on, or it'll stick on lopsided, or something like that will happen. So I just refuse to do it. I don't really personally have shorter eyelashes as well. I can understand people who do if they want to wear them, and that's totally fine for them, but for me, I already have decent length eyelashes, so it's just unnecessary. The next thing that I won't be buying for Lolita anymore or wearing is long ass wigs. Okay, so I actually still have some long ass wigs from when I was running around doing more convention stuff. I wanted to have fuller, bigger hair. And so I have one Rhapsody wig left. I think I have a Lock Shop wig, which actually is the same color as my current hair right now, so I don't need it. When I bought it, I had blonde hair, so I kind of was testing to see how I'd like having darker, reddish brown hair. And so it served its purpose great for then, but it's completely obsolete now. I also had received a really pretty dusty lavender wig as a gift once for I think it was my birthday or for Christmas, and I really liked that one, but I'm not really a sweet Lolita, and so since I moved out of the sweet Lolita game, it's really funny because I guess I'm kind of wearing some old school sweet Lolita with Baby the Starshine Bright. If it's Baby the Starshine Bright and it goes in that kind of classic-y kind of florally direction, I'll take it. But in terms of sweet Lolita, super sweet, talking bright ass pinks and mints and blues and things like that, I'm not really doing this ultra pastel kind of saturated colored sweet Lolita stuff. But yeah, so I will not wear big ass wigs anymore. I don't know about you guys, but the bands on that thing, on wigs, it just gives me a headache. And so I can't really, I already got a ton of hair too, so I don't do a great job shoving it all under the wig. And then also I live in a southern state in the US, so it's really gets hot down here for wearing wigs. So to me, I'd rather just style my own hair, make it look kind of big, do whatever, and just not worry about wearing wigs or hassling with them or them being itchy or anything like that ever again. I think also the most embarrassing thing that I didn't like about wearing wigs was that throughout the day they would slowly start slipping back, and it was okay for wigs that had bangs, but you could usually catch it and you could pull your wig forward, but for ones that don't, I mean it just becomes super obvious that you're wearing the wig and that it's coming off if that starts happening, so your hairline just looks like a mess. It's just too much of a hassle. So number 3, the thing that I will not be buying for Lolita anymore would be bloomers. I don't know why I got this kick where for a while, when I was a newbie Lolita, we're talking back in 2014 or so, I had only really old school Lolita to reference, so I would constantly feel this need to do it right. So I was like, I need to get bloomers. I need to get bloomers. Once again, I live in a hot state. I live in a hot southern state. We don't need bloomers down here when you're by the equator. I actually did it for a few years. I had these were my bloomers. They were not actual bloomers. They're just cute sort of lacy shorts that I bought at like Charlotte Russe. But like, yeah, I wanted like legit bloomers, like those cotton ones that go all the way down to your knees. Yeah, I don't need none of that in my life. Like, there was never a time in which a breeze was so strong that it was gonna blow up every freaking layer of what I was already wearing. So number 4 would be shoes that have a heel higher than about 2.5 inches. And what I mean by this more so is like the slope of the shoe as opposed to the actual heel height. And a good example of this would be platforms versus regular heels. So as you can see, the arch on these is the same, even though the heel is higher on these platforms. So I don't actually mind wearing platforms to have a heel that is higher than 2 inches, as long as the slope isn't greater than, like, I don't know how to do the math on it, but as long as the slope isn't super steep. So as you can see, yeah, they're about the same. The other thing too is I won't buy Lolita shoes, or actually any heels anymore, that don't have some form of an ankle strap on them or some kind of cross heel strap like this. And the reason being is just because the shoe ends up flip-flopping around and like it just becomes uncomfortable, or like they're just not comfortable. Now, if you end up having a pair of really cute shoes that don't have a heel strap on them, but you like them a lot and you want to be able to keep them, you can actually buy them on eBay now. I've seen heel straps in about 20 different colors. So if you're looking for something like that, you can go ahead and get that on eBay. I think they were like $4 with free shipping. Number 5, the next thing I will not be buying anymore is long sleeve cotton blouses. So as you can see in here, most of my blouse selections are either made out of straight up lace or like chiffon. So I do have these ones that are made out of jersey as well. I do like jersey quite a bit. So when I say cotton, I'm not talking about like jersey, because I think jersey is still breathable and soft. But yeah, most of my blouses are made out of some kind of chiffon, or this one from Innocent World that's made out of some insanely thin cotton. It must be maybe it's a polyester blend. Now the 2 exceptions to the rule that I have is I have this one Innocent World blouse that I really liked. I adored all of the details on it. So I actually I've kept this one. I've thought about cutting the sleeves shorter on it because I don't really like to wear it very much because it's long sleeve. But I'm debating it. Same thing with this one. This is a Metamorphose blouse. I really like this giant ass collar on it. It is short sleeve. So this one I don't mind keeping in my wardrobe. Number 6 would be those old school Lolita blouses where it has detachable sleeves. So like we're talking about the ones where it looks like a little short sleeve one, and then there's little buttons, and then it converts into like a long sleeve. I don't actually have anything personally against these style of blouses, especially like if old school Lolita is like the jam. I actually like quite a lot of old school Lolita as well. I think it's really pretty. The reason why I won't buy or wear those kinds of things anymore is because usually they're cotton, and usually those sleeves are extra button-on items. When there's pieces like that, they'll end up going missing or something like that. It just becomes bulky. So I end up just not really using them or wearing them. I think I owned 1 or 2 like that, and I ended up selling them. So for me personally, yeah, those kinds of blouses don't work out. Okay, number 7 would be long sleeve cotton one-piece dresses. This one also is very much a personal preference. So Southern Lolita means it's a no-go for long sleeve cotton Lolita dresses. I don't have anything against them, not as much as I do like false eyelashes. Every time I've made and or worn a long sleeve cotton dress for Lolita, I just end up regretting it. I do have a few exceptions to that rule in terms of like items I've ended up keeping in my wardrobe that are long sleeve. I think I only have like 1 or 2. So this is one of the exceptions to the rule, and this is because I made this dress. So, I mean, I might end up making it a short sleeve one later, but I envisioned it as a long sleeve dress when I made it. So I just kind of wanted to keep to the way that I envisioned it. So pretty much I only end up wearing it in the whatever is considered a winter around here. This dress is called Angry Bears. And it's a long sleeve cotton Lolita dress. Bears look very angry. They've cut like red pupils. It's ridiculous. I didn't even make the sleeves like out of like any kind of polyester. Even the sleeves I made out of cotton. So I think that if I were to do it again, if I wanted to make this Angry Bears dress, I would have probably lined it with not cotton. I probably would have lined it with polyester. And then I would have made the collar and sleeves out of something lighter, so then it wouldn't be such a warm dress. Okay, the next thing, number 8, that I will not be wearing anymore, or at least for very, very rare occasions, and I will definitely not be buying any more of these, would be gloves. So, I'm not talking about just like standard winter gloves. In Lolita, sometimes it's really fashionable to wear these really pretty kind of like sheer or lacy gloves. And while they do look really nice, I remember I bought a really, really fancy pair from a vintage shop. They're really, really pretty, really delicate. They have this all these ruffles at the top, and they're sheer. And I love them. They're really pretty. I wore them to a tea party, and I constantly was taking them off to wash my hands, taking them off while I was eating, and then I put the rings on over top of them. So it's a lot of disassembling and reassembling going on. And I was actually torn with this one for number 8 between saying that I don't wear or I wouldn't buy gloves anymore versus I don't wear and or wouldn't want to wear wrist cuffs anymore. But I actually do own some really pretty wrist cuffs that even though maybe like if I'm going out casually, I'm not going to throw on wrist cuffs as much as I would if I'm maybe going to a tea party. I actually do like wrist cuffs because they don't really get in the way as much as the gloves do. So when it came down between the two, gloves was on the outs. So I think there's one nice pair that I have that I would maybe wear to tea party, but I'm not going to make that part of my daily regimen for wearing Lolita for sure. Okay, number 9 would be angelic pretty tights, because they're usually one size and therefore too small. I love angelic pretty. I love their tights, especially these Daydream Carnival ones that I had purchased. And as you can see, I mean, they still look pretty damn new, considering I think I've only managed to wear them once. And that is because when I wore them, I have like long legs. I've got some long legs. You know, I remember a lot of plus size Lolitas when I was in the local community would say that it was impossible to wear a lot of 8-piece tights, or it was very few and far between, and they would typically have to be OTKs. And I can even say, as someone who's not plus size, wearing their full tights is hard just if you have long legs. It's just, the crotch just does not reach at all. I've actually considered altering these, maybe taking the crotch up somehow. I don't know. I was really like, I'm hesitant to seam rip into these because tights are like, if you seam rip into them, you might get a run in them. You might mess them up. You know, I might have to turn them into OTKs or something, and I didn't want to do that. So I almost feel like I have to suffer through just having the weird web crotch thing going on with these, so I can continue to have them and wear them. Instead of trying to alter them. So I don't like, the tights from specifically AP, I don't think I would buy more of them if they're full leg tights. Now I don't know if this is true for other brands. I haven't purchased a lot of ones from other brands that are full tights. I do have a lot of OTKs from like Innocent World and Angelic Pretty and Baby, and I can say the Innocent World OTKs are usually very tight. That's another problem in and of itself. But I'm not really sure how their full like tights fit in comparison. So yeah, drop me a comment down below if there's a certain brand that has a better fit. Okay, number 10 would be food at the tea parties. So I have gone to many tea parties over the years, through my ever-fluctuating diet, and I even had a lot of, I indulged in a lot more sweets back then before I knew that I can't really do that anymore. I have a really bad reaction to sugar and to gluten and dairy, so I don't completely rule out going to tea parties and getting food there. But for me personally, if I would go to another tea party event, I would call ahead and make sure that I could get those alternative options if possible. And if anything, I would go just to maybe get some tea. But I don't think that I'll be able to do the sandwiches and all the sweets and scones and the pot of creamy more, which is actually a sad one for me. It's not really one that I'm choosing just because it makes me uncomfortable or it's just something that is annoying or a nuisance, like most of these things are on the list. This one really is just more so because I get health issues surrounding it. So I really, really miss clotted cream a lot. I miss a lot of the sandwiches with cream cheese in them and all that, with that fancy ass stuff, and the cupcakes of different flavors. So that one makes me a little sad. But I would go to a tea party and do the tea still. So yeah, that's my list of 10 things that I don't really do anymore in Lolita, and it helps me in terms of being able to wear it a little bit easier and with less anxiety. I'm thinking about also doing a video about like my go-tos for casual Lolita, things that I always pick as my staple items. If you guys want to see a video like that, just let me know and I will show you guys sort of like how I'm transitioning out of more like over the top Lolita into more casual stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching this video.